You're not well, are you?
Uh-huh.
You're not well.
I think I've got the COVID.
That's what you said to me today. I said, I laughed, and I love you, and I'm your biggest fan. You know that, right?
Yeah.
But like, how 6 years on from COVID-19, how you've come to the conclusion I have COVID as opposed to just a common flu?
Could be. Look, I'm taking your cues off your mum, and your mum is. I don't know if you guys really aware of this. Your mum is a hypochondriac.
Oh, you reckon?
I've never heard a person every single day. Oh, I'm coming down with something. I'm sick, but I'm not usually sick. But she said, "Oh, do you know there's another COVID outbreak? It's rare." And then as I started coughing, she goes, "You've definitely got COVID." So I'm running with it.
Can I ask you as well? Also, love the Tony Stark glasses that you have on today.
You know why? Over the last 2 days, I've lost 2 pairs of glasses.
Have you?
Yeah. These are my final ones.
Just misplaced.
Yeah, just misplaced. I had them on my shirt. One just fell off last night. And I don't know where the other ones are. So I'm on my last pair.
He was at the Ivy last night, Cooper.
Yeah, we had
You had the Ivy last night. How long? Was it busy?
No, it was. It was a
Party.
a party from our builders. It was our builders had a party and they invited us.
Just lubing them up.
Mate, yeah, that's right. Just carving a little bit off the.
Just on hypochondriacs quickly. Where does Trish sit in regards to your brother Andrew Johns? Because you always talk about Joey as the best, but Trish is bad too. If you had a sort of a gold and silver medal, who gets that?
They are so similar in so many ways. And look, I'm going to give an insight here to the listeners. Joey and Trish used to just hate each other. Passion. You know that?
Yeah, I heard they used to fight.
Mate, all the time. Like she'd get because they're the same person.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They are so similar.
COVID.
And so we'd be like, I remember once for a Chief's wedding, and Joey was carrying on and did something. Trish goes, "Just settle down, you little loser."
She called him a loser.
Joey just exploded. And then another time, I was away. I was in Melbourne, and Joey was on the drink, and they come across each other and they're out. Anyway, she was like, she goes, "Are you?" Hey, Andrew, I don't think you should have any more to drink. He said, "Don't fucking tell me what to do."
Oh.
And she goes, "Well, tell you what, your brother's not going to like that." And he goes, "Blood's thicker than water." Like,
is that what he said?
Yeah, blood's thicker than water. Yeah, they really went at each other.
I can see that happening. I can see that happening quite a bit.
And so, yeah, they're both hypochondriacs. Probably a dead heat. I've told you before about the story where I was in the sheds and they'd feared I'd broken my neck in a game. And I'm laying down literally on the table. Joey wasn't playing, but he was there watching. And they go and the doctor's in there, and it turned out it was really bad nerve damage, but I just had no idea. They had the neck brace on. And the doctor goes, "Just give me a hand here. Do you, Matty, I just want to get an idea on this. Can you feel any tingling in your right arm?" And as I was about to answer, Joey goes, "I can. I got tingling in mine." That's what he said. Swear to God.
Yeah, I love your saying. It's so true. He's the bride at every wedding and the corpse at every funeral.
He is.
Literally. As well, Matthew, I don't know if you saw it. You're off social media. Hey?
I love it. I'm really, I'm digging the Blues tracksuit.
That's what I was just about to bring up, mate. Because yesterday come out we've alluded to the fact I did a motivational speech. I'm known for my speeches, but
we showed it on the show.
Did you show it on the show?
Yep.
Well, I did a motivational speech for the Blues this week.
Let's hope fingers crossed.
A lot of our listeners getting in the comments of the video saying, mate, like we had a lot of Queenslanders saying they're motivated, but they're saying if New South Wales can't get up for this, well then they can't get up for any.
There's no pulse. If they can't get up after that speech, there is no pulse.
Literally,
I loved your connection to the like the organ, the heart, where you're talking about blood cells are blue, and then when they don't turn red till they've got the oxygen within the body.
Yeah. I wrote all that.
Very science. Did you?
I wrote that because that's always stuck with me. That I learned it in science class. That it's not until I think when it hits the arteries is when oxygen is in the same sort of vessel,
blue.
And it changes it from blue to red.
But because arteries are pumping away from the heart, whereas veins are pumping to the heart because they need oxygen.
Jack,
you should have listened in science,
you make
brother.
Me, Jack, every single day. I'm so proud. Tonight, after they showed that on that clip when Hammy brought it to the show, I finished. I was just dumbfounded, and I said, "God, sometimes you look back and you think maybe we should have sent you to a private school, just spent that little bit more money." You're an idiot, son.
I thought you were actually proud.
Well, they had to spend double bubble on my school fees, Coop.
Yeah, well, guess
Nothing
what?
against St. Augustine's, but I don't know what went wrong with you, brother.
Who are you looking at, Jack or me?
You.
Yeah. Look, let's start with the biggest news off the top, right? We're going to talk. We reacted to the New South Wales team last week. We're going to have another reaction to that, as well as the Queensland team that came out after we did our podcast. But Ethan Strange, they're saying maybe in a little bit of doubt. He rolled his ankle a couple of days ago. He was filmed. He was actually in a moon boot, Strangey.
You said like there was news tonight that he...
There's news tonight. So tomorrow when this comes out, they have their training session. Obviously, the day after Tuesday, they do a captain drum before State of Origin Wednesday.
Yeah.
But tomorrow they're allowing him to do sort of a fitness test, and if he can get through the whole training with the team, then they're going to allow him in. Matt Burton is still on standby potentially to take that spot, though. It'd be a big, even though he is on the bench, it'd be a big loss in my opinion.
It's a big out. Yeah, it's a big out. Given, I reckon Laurie's got some big plans for him. A little bit later, we'll talk about. Let's assume he's going to play. I want to got a little bit of something left field for you. How I'd use him.
Yeah,
but mate, deciders are always really, really special.
You played? So you played 3 games of Origin or 4? 4. And did you play a decider?
Played a decider in
at Suncorp? No,
1998 at City Football Stadium. We played the first game. I only got on for about 6 minutes in the first game, but I got dropped. Why is that? But they never drop Joey. They always just drop me. Anyway,
mate, what a 6 minutes was that?
It was a 6 minutes that'll never be forgotten.
John Sutton.
So what happened? I get dropped for game 2. By the way, we lost on the bell in game 1. Like we've got the whip hand, and Joey went for a repeat set, literally like 30 seconds before full time. It bounced off. I think it bounced off Benny Icon's leg. He picked it up, threw it to someone. They just did this speculator kick, which bounced over Tim Brash's head. They got the ball back and went and scored under the post. Full field try.
Wow.
Full field try.
I've never even seen that.
Yeah, and then they kicked it after full time, and they beat us. So game 2, the boys went to Suncorp Stadium and beat them, and then we go back to again. I'm not named in this side for game 3. So the night before the game, we weren't playing Newcastle that weekend because they do the split rounds with State of Origin, and so I went out had a meal with Crowie and a couple of boys, had a couple of beers, nothing heavy, just a couple, just cleansing ale, and I get home. And Laurie rings me, Laurie and Joey.
Daily?
Yep, because Laurie's the captain. And he rings and says, hey, Matty, I don't know, has Tommy contacted you, Coach Tom Rodonicus? And I said, nah. He goes, mate, Tubes is really cruel. There's talk he might be out. Now, Tubes was hooker in that game.
Yeah, okay.
And I went, oh, yeah. And I said to him, but look, hey, it's Tubes, like one of the toughest blokes ever to play the game. You'll be okay. No, he probably will be. We're going to let you know we've just thrown your name to Tommy. So I'm laying there in the morning about 9. I've had a lay in and get a call. And hello, Matty, it's Tommy. Oh, yeah, Tommy. Mate, Tubes is not playing. You're in. You're playing hooker. I'm like, oh, okay, no worries. Mate, we've got a team meeting at 1 o'clock. Need you down here, mate. And he yells out to Jeff Carr, the manager. What's he got to do? Righto, mate, you got to go to the airport at Belmont, yeah? And then, mate, jump on. We've got a ticket for you. Get down there. Get there straight away. I go, yeah, no worries. So I'm on the clock, throw my boots in, everything. I go straight to Belmont Airport, like Newcastle Airport, arrive, walk up and say, hey, just for the 11:30 flight to Sydney, ticket for John's. And the lady goes, oh, yep, let me just have a look. Oh, no, sir, there's no ticket there. I went, oh, okay. So I ring Tommy and say, hey, Tommy, it's Matty. Mate, there's no ticket. He goes, mate, I don't give a fuck. Mate, just buy your own ticket. I'm going, oh, okay, Tommy. So I go there and say, oh, can I just buy a ticket? She goes, the plane's full. I went, oh, fuck. So I ring Tommy and go, hey, Tommy, it's Matty. And, mate, where are you? I said, mate, the plane's full. He goes, mate, I don't fucking care. Just find a way to get on the plane. So I'm going, mate, hang up now. What am I going to do? Next minute, the 2 pilots walk past. And they go, Matty, is there a problem? And I told him, I said, well, mate, I've been dragged into State of Origin late. And I've got to be down there for the meeting at 1 o'clock and the plane's full. They went, oh, right. Okay, follow us. So I sat between the 2 pilots in the cockpit
I know, mate. I joined the Mile High Club as well.
I sat there between and went down. Not the ideal preparation,
no.
But I tell you what was interesting? That was the best State of Origin game I played.
Really?
In that game, I sort of got it. And
no time to think, probably, either.
Coop, no time to think. Just got down there and just got into it.
Some of the best debuts, people get hurt in the warm-up and they don't have any time to think. They just get thrown straight in the deep end.
Way you go.
Well. Did you win the decider?
No, we didn't.
Okay, well.
It's a shame you didn't know Ticketman back then, Matthew.
Yeah, I know.
Great point. Yeah, you bred him. Now, can we talk about, we spoke about them all last week, the biggest news out of New South Wales. Obviously, Brian Toto was dropped. Jack Bostock's come into that side. How, after a week of sort of pondering on this side, how do you see the New South Wales side?
It's, look, you see, when it got named, there was a lot of surprises. And it sort of, as the week's gone on, you're thinking about, okay, what's the reasoning? And there's no Jack Bostock. What he's done, he's gone for a kick target. Yeah. He's gone for a big kick target as opposed to yardage. I tell you what, losing Toto is going to put a lot of pressure on our middles. Our middles, our middle yardage men are going to have to really pick up their act. I mean, anyway, but now go the extra mile again with our Toto there, who's our best yardage man. And so Bostock I really like the selection. However, we've got to get down there. Our yardage has got to be good for us to get down there to basically take advantage of why he was selected, Jack. So our yardage game, one thing you're going to get through this preview, you're going to hear me talk about a lot, is play the ball speed and yardage game. It's the most essential factor in this game.
Yeah, I also think that's why they got blokes like Critter and Bradman to sort of counteract. You got the kick targets of Mark Nawanganitawase, and you've got Jack Bostock, but your centres getting back for play 1 and play 2, I think particularly Bradman, like low centre of gravity and a real powerhouse out of yardage. I think he'll be used up quite a bit, and they'll need him a lot.
Yeah, they're going to have to,
particularly being on that left side with Jackie Bostock.
Mate, those 200 metres that Toto always runs, mate. Someone's got it. They just don't look after themselves.
Did you see him against South the other night too? He was really good. I actually spoke to Liam Henry on the radio during the week, and he said, mate, Brian Toto during the week preparation, like at Penrith, understandably could be very disappointed with not being selected, but like attitude was mad. And after the game, I think Yvonne interviewed him or something, and he said, I just want to shout out to Jack Bostock. Like, congratulations. Classy, man. Classy.
It's really classy. It's like when you said about Victor this time last week. We were there when Victor got told he was number 20, and he just went, you could see he was disappointed. And we're in the elevator, and it was like weird. Just sort of go, and he goes, but it is what it is. I just got to go into camp and help the boys. I thought, classy.
Queensland, for a sec. Can we go on them for 1 minute?
Yeah.
Their side, there's not too much coming out of Queensland camp. Like, their side is relatively unchanged. The only thing is Lindsay Collins missing the game due to a HIA.
Hey, that's a big loss.
It is. Lindsay always lifts in that jersey. Been a great player for Queensland. But Paddy Carrigan off a 6-week syndesmosis. He comes straight in off no games.
Yep.
Saw Billy talking during the week, said he's pretty well sweet. And he seems like the kind of bloke that's pretty professional. I don't think he would be doing, he wouldn't come into that side unless he was pretty fit.
Yep.
But one I like for Queensland, I don't like it being a New South Wales supporter. Jeremiah Nanai.
It's a big in.
Huge in. Last year, he was really good in the last game as well.
Hasn't played a lot of football, though, has he?
Have you seen last week's game at Taumalolo's 300th?
Did you see that game?
Yeah.
Mate,
see the first hit?
I know.
Unbelievable.
When he's in the mood, like he symbolises the Cowboys. That year when the Cowboys made Final Four, he was unbelievable. Who's the best back row in the competition?
Remember catching bombs?
Mate, and then the last 3 years he's been so inconsistent, more down than up.
Yeah.
And so have the Cowboys. So the other night, the way he played, and surprise, surprise, Cowboys win. But Billy loves him.
Yeah. I think it might have been the last game last year, and he just went up, like physically went after it. Because when I think of Nanai, I kind of think of the big plays. They put a kick up for him, and he can just do a lot of freaky things for a big body.
Sure can.
But like you saw that in that Penrith game when he went after Moses Leota with that first shot, when he's in the mood, like he's going, he does the little things really well, like really aggressive with his line speed and things like that. So he'll be a big in for Queensland.
Sure will be.
Look. You said last week, I think we had a listener account that you said ducks and drapes 47 times.
It's called ducks and drakes.
Ducks and drakes, sorry.
Drapes.
Ducks and drapes.
Yeah.
They said that you said it 47 times.
Jesus.
Do you think ducks and drakes still on the cards?
What do I think? They'll play ducks and drakes.
Do you think that they're going to...
number 4.
Do you think they're going to be playing... Because you said Cam Murray to start. Do you think that, Laurie, are you still getting that vibe?
I've got to gut feel he'll start.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. I do get a gut feel he'll start. I think early in the game they've got to simplify, and they've got to be playing what I call north-south football, direct, straight football, as opposed to trying to push the ball a little bit sideways.
Yep.
So that's the reason it wouldn't surprise me if Isaiah starts off the bench and they start with Cam Murray. It also would not surprise me if they start with Adam Fanua-Blake and Mitch Barnett goes back to the bench.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me because, to really start. One thing about when you play State of Origin against Queensland in Queensland, these big occasions, you got to start well.
Yeah.
You got to start well. You got to take a little bit of air out of the stadium because, mate, if we start slow, mate, that crowd will just, mate, when that crowd starts roaring, it doesn't just lift the Queenslanders, it exerts enormous pressure on the referee.
Yeah.
Referees are only human. You know, and every time that we lay half a second too long, they'll be screaming for a six again. Every time that he gives a 6 again, and put it this way, that crowd can buy Queensland half a second lay time in the ruck, and for people again, that's an enormous difference.
Definitely. And do we think there's? Billy's always kind of got something up his arsenal as well. Is there
up his arsenal?
Let's hope not.
Ratchet and Clank.
That's
a deep cut.
Yeah.
This uncomfortable piece of metal is in your. What's Billy's young bloke's name?
Jake.
Yeah, Jake. This uncomfortable piece of metal has been in your dad's ass for 4 years. This State of Origin metal has been in his ass.
Wally Lewis metal.
Wally Lewis metal's been in your dad's ass.
Do you think there's any Drakes with Slatsy as well? There's not really any pressure on them to play Ducks and Drakes. It's hard to sort of.
You're using that too much.
You're using them, mate. Let's lay off.
You just learnt it.
How about we call it silly buggers this week?
Is he going to be playing? Do you think Slatsy's playing any silly buggers with the team he's named? It's hard to tell.
I don't think so, Coop. I don't think so. Having a look at their side, they're pretty settled. And coming off the last performance, I'm interested to see where at one point Nanai comes onto the field and who he replaces.
Yeah,
he can play both sides. But does he come on for Nickera, who's an attack-minded player, or Capewell, who's more defence-minded?
I think interested. I wouldn't be surprised if Nanai starts and Nickera comes off the bench.
In just talking about that, I just actually thought the same thing. That big, strong body.
Yeah. So that was my sort of guess in terms of him playing silly buggers, as opposed to
Ducks and Drakes.
Yeah. Okay. Can we also get into a little bit of tactical stuff?
Yeah.
How do we see? Let's start with New South Wales.
Mm-hmm.
If you were New South Wales, how do you want to play against Queensland going up there? What's the tactic? Because I've got a little bit of a theory on where Queensland weaknesses would lie in terms of where you're going to attack, but where do you think they should play?
I think to understand when you go into really big games, you have to simplify, right? You got to have a really solid game plan, but it's got to be simple. What happens if you make a game plan too complex? What happens is everyone focuses on the complexity and trying hard, focusing on trying to get this complicated game plan on. And suddenly what happens is you ignore the things that really matter. Make really simple things make a big difference. Mate, how hard you run on the ball.
Yeah.
Right? That is so basic. You watch Queensland. You watch those Queensland players, okay, in game 2 in that second half. You watch how hard they run. The kick chase. All those things that are really important, they're the things that win you the football game.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a really it's not a complex game plan. So have it really simple. I would scale things back. That's the reason I would not start with Isaiah. Looking at that, it's interesting. Like at Reece Robson, if you're looking to do that, I would have went for Appy and Brayley, but I can appreciate why he's picked Reece Robson, because I'd say with Reece Robson, he wants him to just Cleary and Moses to get the quality creative ball, if that makes sense, as opposed to moving dummy half. And so, Coop, it's simplicity. I play straighter. I play more reactive. I instruct Clear, Mitchell, and Nathan to run more. I want them to run more. I want them to play more direct. And same with Teddy. Take a little bit. At the moment, sometimes what's happening is we're out there with two different systems of play. You got Nathan ball, which is sort of complex and shapes and everything, and you got Teddy ball, which is simple and direct. I've often thought, righto, let's take Teddy and push him towards Nathan ball. I'm actually starting to think maybe we scale back the other way.
I agree.
Maybe we scale back a little bit and say to Nathan, listen, let's scale back on the real complex shapes. Mate, you got a really good running game. I mean, when we interviewed him here, he always says, I play my best when I run the football, and it's a discipline I've got to remind myself of every match.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. If we play really direct and really simple, I tell you, what will happen is this. We will get Nathan into attack kick position regularly. If we can do that, if we can get Nathan into that attacking position to put attacking kicks in, I think we win the football game.
Yeah.
I would not be focusing too much on all these shapes and whatnot. And in a certain way too, Coops, I wouldn't focus so much on Queensland. I just focus purely internal on ourselves, knowing that we got James Tedesco, we got Nathan Cleary, we got Mitchell Moses, we got Adam Fanua-Blake, we got Payne Haas, we got Cam Murray. I mean, look at that quality in that team. Let's focus on us, because we play to our best selves, we win.
I agree. I actually agree with that. Like, in terms of the tactic side, like, Queensland do a lot of that in terms of picking New South Wales apart. New South Wales have a side that is so unbelievable. If you can get their intent and motivation right individually, manage the individuals and say, hey, we need this out of you. Simplify their role, simplify their job. And if you can get them, and you'll know from the first set, people will know from the first set with their first action, whether it's defense or whether it's winding up from the back fence into the defensive line, you'll see where the players' heads are at and how much intent they're going in. I also love what you said with Teddy Ball, because I went back and watched, I think it was the last game at the MCG. Teddy, I think, got a man of the match performance. Like, it was maybe 5 or 4 years ago when I think James Maloney was the 5'8" then with Nathan Cleary. Teddy was at the back. And they didn't play that. They didn't play Nathan's style of football. They didn't sort of give Nathan the keys to the throne yet. So a lot of it was on Teddy. They just get forward. Damien Cook was at hooker. They'd get forward, get quick play the balls. Cookie would get out, find Teddy, who would just be on the advantage line. He'd just skip across, making people miss, and the edges would just push with him, push into space. A little bit less in terms of blocks and things like that, but just more pushing into space around Teddy, because we see it when attacking hookers get, like when Harry Grant gets out, first of all, the wider defenders like B and C, because he's so quick, they instantly turn in because they shit themselves. They go, shit.
And he comes so quickly at the mate. Then he slows up.
And that's when you see people like Lindsay Collins and back rowers pushing into those spaces where people are turning in on. Teddy has the same effect, because people know how hard Teddy is to tackle individually and how quick he can get across the field. We've been using Teddy really poorly the first 2 games, putting him out on the edge and just sort of getting and then, letting the boys go forward, and then on a quick play the ball, righto, we'll get the ball to Teddy, like they do with Kalen Ponga. Teddy's not that kind of player.
No.
He's good when he's on the advantage line close to the ruck, and he skips cross field and makes people miss because he's so strong around his hips.
How thick is the defence line?
1 player deep.
1 player. So if you play nice and direct and you play fast, you only got to beat 1 man. If you start pushing the ball sideways all the time, you're skimming across the defence. And you're complicating your job. Yes, you got to use the football a little bit sideways and that, and push the ball, create. But we weren't playing direct enough. We weren't challenging the Queensland forwards with direct running. Like in these days, Coops, Jack, defenses are so good at recognizing formations, taking shapes. Is that the one thing that? Probably the most dangerous thing is a man with great footwork and speed just going straight at a big man who's tired and just challenging him with his footwork.
You ask anyone in rugby league, they go, would you rather see a big long side shape coming with Mitch Moses, Nathan Cleary, James Tedesco, and you see it coming, you have time to get up and identify it, or would you just, the last thing you want is to get back on your heels on the advantage line, turn around, and you've got James Tedesco or Mitch Moses on their own, but they're coming straight at you with footwork. Like, you shit yourself.
Because coaches put it down to a science, defense too. Like, defense at the end of the day, the structure and all the structures you learn are risk management, right? It's about minimizing tries, minimizing risk. But you can't really put it down to a science when you got to defend a guy one-on-one with just better footwork and better intent.
And when you're fatigued. My one weakness I see for Queensland, if New South Wales are looking to attack an area, I think their right edge, Nikora, Sam Walker, Robert Toya, and Jojo Fafita, I think that's the edge. similar like what they've done with Kalen Ponga on New South Wales right edge when they had Katoni Staggs there. They'd attack that space between Nathan and Staggs really well, and they just continue going there. Whenever there was a quick play of the ball, they just pepper that side. I don't think we've done that enough, particularly in and around Sammy Walker.
Yep.
We know what he can do with the attack, but I don't think there's been a lot of plays where they've put him under pressure defensively and isolating him one-on-one. It's gotten to game 3. I think that's the space, particularly around him and Robert Toyer, 2 young players.
Okay.
But I think that's the spot.
Okay, got something for you then.
Yeah,
right.
go.
Let's talk about Ethan Strange. Let's assume he plays. I would love to get Ethan Strange on the field, drilling through the middle as a 13. However, we've got Isaiah Yeo, we've got Cam Murray. Okay, you might be at one point in the game and put all the smaller, fast blokes on. Yeah. But okay, so if we don't play him there, it's so important to get out there, Ethan. How do I play him? It's going to sound nuts. It might sound stupid.
Hey, never stopped you before.
Oh, that's true. Exactly. Thinking about having 2 sons. That's crazy. I'll just do it.
Should have just the youngest one.
I would. You ain't little anal birth. People, we say that to him all the time. And you used to cry when you was a kid.
No, I didn't cry about that. I didn't cry that you used to tell everyone I was an anal birth. I didn't cry about that. I cried because for years you told everyone I was adopted from Africa.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
And also King Kong 2005 when the monkey died.
You did. You
Spoiler.
That was probably your most pathetic.
Kong was a gorilla.
He was. Okay, Ethan Strange.
Yeah.
Edge back row. All right. But you don't play him like a traditional, like how we use edge back rowers with hitting holes. If he's playing outside Nathan or Mitchell, I'm saying to him, righto, you either run the football, I want you to feed Ethan early. Use him like a Glenn Stewart type role because he plays nice and direct. He's got great footwork. You can play him on the left side, which will be a left foot in or ball play, or you play him on the right side and he's a left foot away, to pull that outside man in.
Yeah.
I think you could use him that way. And it just gives, you know what it does too, Coop? It just gives our attack an unorthodox edge.
Yeah.
And
you can even, similar like, you see the shape that they bring in a lot now where they'll feed their back rowers early and they'll put a block off them.
Yes,
like
that's what I mean.
Ethan, getting Teddy out the back of, on that left side, Bradman, if he's on the left edge, where Hudson would be, feeding Ethan early, have a block off him, but he can just run or he's got that block shape he can fall into.
If it was outside Nathan, right, let's say, for instance, on the right-hand side, so it'd be left foot away, it takes pressure off Nathan. Because Nathan hasn't all the time got to go to the line, try to throw that absolute pass all the time. Just takes pressure off him. In a period of game, that's where you can actually say to Nathan, hey, Nathan, let's push him backwards. And, mate, if you like what you see, mate, take him on, challenge him. Otherwise, mate, just feed Ethan a little bit early.
Yeah.
It just gives something completely different that a lot of those Queensland edge defenders wouldn't have seen or defended before.
Yeah, it's something you're hard to coach for.
It's like
definitely
Glenn
hard.
Stewart, right?
I like the idea. I think with Hamole, I can't see him doing it with Hamole on the bench.
Yeah.
I can't see him doing it, but I don't think it'd be, particularly if like, to replace a Hudson who's a very similar unorthodox style, it'd be very handy to have him out there.
Talking about blokes in the middle, again, I know you can't put everyone in the middle. I'd love for a 10-minute burst to put Hudson through the middle.
He'd be awesome.
I reckon Hudson will evolve in the next 12 months into a really great middle player.
Oh, mate. His leg speed, strength, and just his ability to like find and push into space as well. He's got really good football instincts. Just on the other end, do we see Queensland, if you're Queensland now, the Queensland coach, do you see them, they really exploited that, the right edge of New South Wales game 1 and game 2, that space between Staggs and Cleary. No Staggs there this way. They've got Stephen Crichton, who is a known really good, strong defender. Do you think they're still going to be hammering their guns on that side?
Yeah, they'll go there a lot because that's Kalen's sweet spot. And Kalen, you'll see him just sort of, not go looking for the ball, let the ball find him. He'll sit in that sweet spot and Billy gets them to bring the ball to him in that spot. And so, but it makes a big difference having Crichton there. Crichton recognises shapes really well. He's a great communicator, which takes pressure off Nathan. That's a no-brain. That's a no-brain selection. So if Critter, mate, if he has a one of his as a great defensive performance, boy oh boy, that goes a long way to win the football game.
Yeah, I reckon they'll narrow a lot of their focus onto the other edge a little bit between. I think Bradman Best and Bostock, a new defensive combination.
Yep.
I think Billy will have a plan to try and exploit that.
Yeah.
So I reckon we'll see.
So.
Yeah, because if I'm an attacker and knowing how rangy and long and like awkward Stephen Crichton can make defense sometimes.
Yep.
I think they'll want to narrow their attack around Bradman and Bostock.
I think
so. Right. I think if they might have some sort of newcomer and a debutant winger. You know what people when you have a debutant winger, you know how hard they go. Whether they're just putting bombs up for them or they're just channeling a lot of their attack down.
On debut, an Origin decider at Suncorp Stadium. Biggest test talk, mate, but something special about him. Right? You just get a sense about Jack Bostock, mate. Some of the key battles, Coop.
Yep.
Liam Martin versus Munster. And, it's funny, mate. Just about every playmaker has a nemesis. Like years ago, Cooper Cronk's nemesis was Wade Graham. Wade used to just nail Cooper, just knew all Cooper's movements and how Cooper would go to the line and he'd jam him sometimes in the back and things like that. And when you're a ball player, let people know when you turn and you're ball playing and a bloke hits you in the middle of the back, it's really unnerving because you never know how much time you got.
Yeah.
When he comes from a blind spot, that's what Wade used to do with Coops. And, mate, Liam, I think Liam's Munster's bogeyman.
Yeah.
Boogeyman.
He is, mate.
He's a boogeyman.
He literally is. And we know when he gets in that arena, he goes to another level of like his mentality is very so aggressive.
Yeah.
And he's a real big niggler. Like gets straight under Munster's skin. And Money has a tendency sometimes to really bite back. For a man who's in the halves and quite, got to be creative and think he's got like a quick switch as well. So they always have had a good battle, particularly in those grand finals. I think Marto's gone after him in a number of those grand finals. So it'll be a good battle for him. I mean, whoever they put on that right edge, because there's talk that potentially Hamole might start there even.
Yep.
I mean, it's a very tough battle for Money.
It's interesting about, I reckon Loz got into Hudson Young's. Got into him and said, mate, I want you to call out Sammy Walker. Hudson's gone on, mate, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
That's I reckon Laurie's gone away and just thought, man, in the first two Origins, Lever allowed Sam to play too comfortable. And I think this is the first shot leading in is Hudson saying,
there was so much on Kalen the first two games, like one taking over the role from Reese, who was the incumbent, and then the whole situation happened in one. How KP would handle going into game two. It almost distracted a lot of things for the rest of the team.
Yeah. So I agree with you.
Yeah, it's good. It's actually, because like you said, Reece Walsh is such a big figure in the game. All the headlines coming out of Queensland, obviously most of the headlines come out of New South Wales, but it was all around Reece Walsh dropping.
Yep.
And they were when they were questioning Billy. We actually spoke to Ben Teal on the radio 2 days ago.
Oh, yep.
I think it was. And even he said the Sammy Walker decision game one, none of us knew about it. He said none of the assistants knew about it until Billy named it in there. And we all kind of went, oh, that's a bizarre one. That's a bit strange given that there was so many other halves. But, you see what Sammy Walker has done the last couple of weeks, last two games. Mate, he's gone from a player that, do you think they'll pick him for Origin to now,
star.
Even if Tommy Dearden was available, he nearly squeezes Tommy Dearden out of a spot.
That's what State of Origin does, mate. Turns blokes who are very good players into superstars. That's what it's done with Sammy.
Can I ask MJ? Do you reckon?
Just ask me, man.
The decision to pick Sam Walker, because he's playing halfback.
Yep.
Do you think Billy would have gone into this series looking to pick a side around a game plan that he had, or he would have changed it just because of Sam Walker, or do you think Sam might have suited that game plan?
It's a really good one, Jake. I think Slater's very clever with that. I think he had the raw bones of a game plan, but I think he's tinkered it with it for Sam. Sam's the best football I've seen Sam play. And there has been sort of, at times, suggestions, and I don't know, I'm not sure because I'm not privy to the game plan, but sometimes the way the Roosters play doesn't quite suit his football. But he's playing good football now, and I think there's a little bit more ad-lib football in what they're doing, because Billy could play both sides. That really good ad-lib football and played so well in structure. I think he's just loosened that side of the field.
I see. I don't think Billy's got a game plan in his head and he goes, "I'm going to pick him for this game plan." I think he picks people he knows who's got the right attitude for what he wants.
Yeah,
he's looking at only attitude-based things.
Yep.
And then when he gets in there, in terms of coming up with a tactic, he looks at everyone's strengths and he builds the attack around that. We've got a lot of great ad-lib players. We've got Harry Grant at 9 who loves to get as many chances we can get him getting at one marker and quick play the ball.
Yep.
He'll get out
Yep.
and then just builds it all around that. And he's done a good job. Like,
I've heard Billy over the years talk about, like, I think he spoke about his father, and he talked about when he was, I remember him saying, it was like a quote from him saying that, like, he might have learnt that, you know, you shouldn't overthink things. It should be whatever you're doing, it should be instinct. Everything should be instinct. And do you reckon,
Jack,
like, it's weird, I know he's not playing, but do you think he's, like, it's almost like the way he's coaching, either he says it or what, but his players seem to do that as well?
Jack, you know what? I've, you know, and you blokes know, like Billy, when he came here at Collaroid and stayed here, him and Munster that year, and I've never seen a bloke, he is, excuse the pun, the perfect storm, in the fact that Billy has this real innocence about him, bordering on sometimes his belief is almost, at times, almost borderline naive. To get, you know, no, it's not the right word. Yeah, it is. Like, you just go, mate, like, you shouldn't believe in that so much. No. Or his self-belief is just like, I've never seen anyone like it.
Well, he doesn't question. He doesn't question it. His first instinct, he just does not question it
at all.
There's no second doubt.
Well, we had a thing. We came up with a sequence, right? We did called Cappuccino, which was Cappuccino. It was it was called it was a cappuccino because it was a double shot. It was work to a far post, feed, act like it's going to be a big sweep block, hit short, and then double up the same way, so double shot, act like it's going to go long again, hit short twice, and just put massive pressure on those defenders, two fake block shapes. And he went, yep, okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this. If Smithy does this, he does that. Now, when you bring something to a playmaker or someone, they'll go, right, okay, they'll take it away for a week or two, experiment at training, then come back and say it works. He did it once and went, yep, sweet, straight in the kit bag.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Yeah, his belief, it's his big... Like, it can be a weakness at times because, yeah, he might not, you know, tinker out some other stuff, like the bad stuff in it, but he believes in something so much that he gives it no reason not to work almost.
Jack, sit on that thought. Intuition. I've got something for you right at the back end. We do the predictions.
So do you want me just to say, when you go to predictions, I'm just going to out of nowhere say
intuition.
Intuition.
To make you remind.
Yeah.
Hamaso versus Bradman, skill one, like Hamaso, mate. He always comes up with something when they need it, Hamaso. Yeah. That speed and grace against Bradman's aggression and power. Cleary against the Queensland middle defence. Sam Walker's short kicks versus Teddy. You know, Cleary's short kicks versus Ponga. There's so many good battles throughout this game. Well, Coop, what do you think? What do you think is the most important thing for New South Wales? What's the most crucial thing?
Look, I think we touched on it at the start. I don't think they need to go in this with this magical sort of coaching tactic. I don't think they need to go into this game with all the answers on, we're going to pull them apart here, this and that. They have played two halves of good football and two 80-minute performances. New South Wales, a first half in game 2 and a second half in game 1 that were really quality. They need to get out there, start really well, but they need to play an 80-minute performance. And from 1 to 17, all 17 players' intent needs to be almost, I'm going out there and just leaving nothing in the tank. Because there's players been in this game too where you can visibly see they're off their game and their intent when they're running, they're getting bullied a little bit by some of the Queenslanders in New South Wales, and vice versa on the other side of the football, not winning their one-on-one tackles, particularly through the middle. When Queensland start to get on a roll through the middle, that's when Harry and all these other great ad-lib players like Samuel Walker and Munster come into the game. Their tactics should just be our intent with the football. We just run as hard as we can out of the backfield, march down there for an attacking kick. And on the other side of the football, they need to just win their tackles and slow the ruck down as much as possible.
Spot on, mate. Spot on. Just erase everything, people. Erase everything, boys. Just win yardage through victory and the speed of the play the ball. You must stop Selwyn Cobbo and Jojo Fifita on those early tackles on play 1, 2, and 3. Got to stop them. Alternatively, Mark, Jack Bostock, Teddy, you got to get us forward, righto? Because if we can do that, we're going to get Nathan into attack kick position regularly. And if we can do that, if he can regularly be there, we'll win the football game.
Before we get into predictions, can I just ask you,
Intuition, boys? Too early.
No, not yet, Jake.
No,
Jake, your timing
you're on the bit.
This year's State of Origin, because it's been a little bit weird, and New South Wales have been hammered quite a bit by some of their performances, but where is it ranked as a spectacle, you guys think, in context to some other State of Origins? Because the games themselves, some of the games, they haven't been like the drama's been good in it, like Calaponga send off and stuff. Yeah. But the quality of the football overall, in terms of a contest, probably hasn't been the high standard.
The attacking, some of the attack stuff has been brilliant. Like in Melbourne, which traditionally a really hard place to attack at, the MCG, because it's slippery and whatnot. The standard of football, his hands and that was just outstanding. But you're right, there's sort of been.
Just not 80 minutes worth of a real contest.
I got you.
In fairness,
this could be one of the best though.
I was about to say, like, in fairness though, it does feel very like first game Queensland, second game the pressure went on New South Wales because you could have wrapped up the series and the pressure was a bit off Queensland. This game very much seems like
it's building.
Both teams can win this game.
Yeah,
Queensland should be the favourites, but again, New South Wales, like the pressure's sort of on them now.
Yeah,
because like. Everyone's saying New South Wales shouldn't have won game 1. Yep. They didn't win game 2. Queensland's to eat up. But like that's a hell of an advantage, I think, for the Blues. Like in terms of what they've got going on in their camp.
Mate, we can't win. For the first time ever, we actually are the underdogs. So we can't win.
Okay.
Predictions.
Jack?
Shit, intuition.
Okay.
Go on, Dad.
What's something you trust? I'm 55 this year. I've been in the game, and like I don't want to sound like a fuckwit, even though I am. I have been in the game, loving this game for 50 years.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't let stats and that get in the way of your intuition. Intuition is 50 years bundled up into a decision made, developed in the subconscious.
I like it. ChatGPT and AI numbers means shit all,
means shit, mate. When you've been through, I'll give you an idea, right? I don't know why I backed this one day. I got there's this horse running in Belmont, around Western Australia.
Yeah.
And I've got there and I've gone, I've just got to get a bet on it the last second. I've looked and seen this horse's name, Military Jane, and just went, she's got to get a bet on it. I just had $5 on it. When it started to run, it was 100 to 1. And I thought, there's something about the name. It won.
Yeah.
I got it here. Military Jane.
What are you telling us about now?
That was intuition.
Oh, right.
It was intuition.
Hey,
and what it was, let me speak here for 1 second.
Okay.
What it was is all that time, right, in the game that you develop, don't ignore your intuition, your gut feel, people. Right? When it's something that you love and you've been in a long time and you just get a gut feel, it's your intuition. It's all your life experience bundled up in your data center, your brain. And for that reason, I'm going New South Wales. It's my gut feel, my intuition. Is it New South Wales win by 8?
I love it. And win by 8. And can you give us a Wally Lewis medalist and a try scorer?
I'm going to go Nathan Cleary for man of the match. But intuition, Sammy Walker has a really good game as well, and could be maybe the first player in the history of State of Origin, I would suggest, to win the Wally Lewis medal in a losing series.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
Try score?
Jack Bostock from a Nathan Cleary kick.
Jack, have you got a prediction for us?
Yeah. Before I say that, 55 in Mandarin, Cobber, is woo-shi woo. Just letting you know that.
It's a beauty, Jack. Jack,
you're on fire,
mate. Jack, you've nailed it, son. You're really nailing it. Your old man's got COVID, and
you're bringing out Mandarin.
COVID-15. I'm going with Cam Murray to get my man of the match.
Yeah,
and nice. I'm going to go with anytime try scorer. I'm going to go Hudson Young.
And who wins, Jack?
New South Wales.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Who else?
Feel free to say it. All right, mine, New South Wales. I think they get it done up at Suncorp, a.k.a. Lang Park.
Yeah.
I've got a try scorer, Mark Nwanganitawase.
Yep.
I think he gets it. Marky Mark loves it. And my man of the match, and I think Wally Lewis medalist, I'm going left field. I got Hudson Young.
Yeah. Wow. So he's going to need a big performance.
Yep. I think he's been one of New South Wales' best.
Yep.
And I think he's a man that needs to – we don't win unless he gets after Sam Walker.
Gotcha. Boom. Right, I'll just let people know that when you wake up first thing Thursday morning, you'll have our Origin review straight after the game.
Mate, it'll be out, I reckon. When do you usually get out by Jack?
It gets out about 12 a.m. About midnight.
Oh, midnight.
Mate, he gets out midnight. So all you truckies or anyone do a night shift or you can't sleep because your missus has put you on the couch or because you are fuming that your team's just gotten beat, guess what? We'll have content for you.
Exactly. You're on the road, you're driving, you're feeling a little tired. Man, don't take speed. Guys, just listen to our podcast.
Listen to us.
Yeah.
Righto, Matthew. You go and you rest up that larynx.
Thanks, guys.
COVID-23 stops for no one. I love you, Dad.
Thanks.